What's up, Primal Gang? Gonna respond to Abish Natman, and here's what he has to say. I agree with the cat explanation. I try to feed my cats raw meat few times per week. They love it. As for vegetables, when times are hard, humans can eat potatoes. Example, Ireland famine. Rice in Asia, or lentils, example, dal or in India. Fruits are rare but good when locally available. Why not? Both veganism and 100% carnivore, like raw carnivore diets, are luxury diets that very few humans can afford and do intelligently. Most people cannot afford to do these and succeed. As such, people are not idiots if they need potatoes, rice, lentils, or fruits. People are idiots if they can afford a better diet and don't. Both most are poor and uneducated. Heck, the will eat raw pork or fish from factory farms because they heard about raw carnivore on YouTube. Yuck. At least cook that crap. You see, it's a sliding scale, not a shaming one. And yes, both meat and vegetables can be medicinal. First of all, sorry for the late response, because sometimes when I don't reply to a comment, it means I'm making a video about it. I have been just busy with things. It's good that you agree with the cat explanation and you're feeding your cat few times raw meat. And the same goes for humans. You know, if you cook the meat too much to the point where you lose those nutrients, there's nowhere else you can get those nutrients from, okay? Like if you're eating 100% cooked and just well done all the time, those nutrients that are gone, there's no way for you to get it from anywhere else. Unless your body produces it in some ways, but still it's more ideal, you know, to get it directly from your food. As for vegetables, when I mean vegetables, I mean broccoli, green leaves like flowers, green leaves, roots, or stems. That's what I mean by vegetables. And basically all of them are just low in calories, so I don't see the point of eating broccoli or whatever. Potatoes, rice, and lentils are somewhat special because they are at least higher in carbohydrates, which are perfect replacement for not like a perfect replacement, but it's at least somewhat it replaces like having fruit. Like you can have that and you can still get plenty of carbs out of rice, potatoes, and lentils. Potatoes are the best type of seeds you can have, because what is really bad in some potatoes, in some steamed potatoes, it's basically mostly just sugar. I had it yesterday. I had some steamed potatoes with butter. I'm going to be honest, the butter is not raw. It's just grass-fed. It's pasteurized butter. Because the raw butter store is kind of far from me, and I didn't want it to go there and just spend. Usually raw butter is just so overpriced. So yeah, I had some steamed potatoes with butter on top, just because I was thinking a lot about Pringles, and there's no way I'm going to eat Pringles, man. Because yeah, I don't want to have any seed oils in me. And also had some raw heart and an orange, some orange juice. And yeah, that was my dinner. The heart was really bloody. The thing about rice and lentils, I hear a lot that rice is arsenic. I believe that not all rice is arsenic. There could be, I'm pretty sure there are places where rice is grown and it's not arsenic at all. And yeah. The thing about rice, it has lots of carbohydrates. It's mostly carbohydrates. Like it is a seed, but it's not like something like chia seeds or whatever. Like chia seeds is a joke. And about lentils, I can't comment too much on lentils. I'm sure it's a little bit lower in carbohydrates, but at least has some. And all I know that I used to eat lentils back in the days with lots of eggs. I just cooked rice and lentils like in 50-50 portion and placed bunch of fried eggs on top, and that was one of my favorite meals, and I thought that it's high in protein because of lentils and rice, whatever, and because of the eggs too, of course. But yes, I agree, if someone can't afford meat, like only meat diet and fruit juices, then they should just stick to meat and whatever they can afford, like grains, like something that is high in carbohydrates. But definitely stay away from green leaves or seasoning like black pepper. Like there's no much reason to eat that. It doesn't have calories and it just gives like a taste or whatever. I guess you can argue that you can give good taste, like so-called good taste, like an interesting taste to cooked food by putting black pepper and salt on it to avoid the bad tasting meat, or for example, or the bad tasting grains. Yeah, fruit is perfect. Fruit and honey is the best source of carbohydrates. Yes, veganism is kind of luxury, and raw carnivore is also, it's not cheap in some cases. I remember not working, and I just told my parents to make me some falafel style burgers out of chickpeas, just because I wanted to try like a vegan burger for the first time, and that was my first vegan burger. It was homemade. Well, basically right now I'm doing raw carnivore plus fruits. This potato meal is just very rare that I'm having it. And yes, I agree that it is not super cheap, but wouldn't call it too expensive either. Like yesterday, for example, I only had a handful of raw heart. It was pretty fatty, and just like 2 chunks of liver, and I also was running kinda low on eggs. I had 1 egg, so I had 1 egg yolk, and that was everything I ate, and I wasn't hungry all day. Of course, for hydration, I ate some apples. I peeled the skin off, and for hydration I used orange juice. The thing about affording meat or fruits, it's you either have enough money to afford the meat and fruit to buy it from the store, or either you have animals and fruit trees. Because if you have animals and fruit trees, you can get away with very little money. Depends how many you have, of course. Yes, I do know places in the world where they couldn't just afford what I eat, and yeah, it's really sad news. If you happen to not have access to like good quality meat, then you should get the most meat you can anyway, and just cook it. And yes, there are plenty of people who are far more better off than me, and they eat bread and whatever junk food. There are some really overpriced breads out there, and bakeries and all of that. Raw pork, they do it in Germany, but that pork, I heard it's like very controlled what it's fat and everything, and it's safe to eat it. Yes, I do mention to stay away from pork and fish, because especially like you said, from factory farms. I just don't mention it in every single video, because the videos are already long enough sometimes. But I myself, I mostly eat like, let's say 90% beef and like 10% lamb. Yes, nobody should just go and eat raw pork just because they heard of raw carnivore on YouTube. But actually I did that. I did have some not fully cooked raw pork back when I started very first time. I just bought some meatballs, like it's basically just minced meat, and I started cooking them less and less, and that's how I got into like eating it more raw and less cooked. And then just one day I just switched to beef, and it was really good and really fresh. And yeah, I just ate it raw, and from then I just had mostly raw. And yes, I'm not here to shame anybody. I myself, I'm not like super rich. If I own something that is more valuable, I worked really hard for it. And everybody else should just work towards having a better diet if right now they can't afford it. And about plants being medicinal, I myself in the past, not lately, it was like, I don't know, let's say like 5-6 years ago, I used to do things like if I had like a tummy pain, I drank some type of flower tea. It's chamomile tea. Okay, I had that, and it worked 100% of the time. Like I had some tummy pain, I had that, and bam, it was gone in just like 30 minutes or something. I just laid down on my tummy, and bam, it just disappeared automatically. And I somehow considered that more healthy than taking actual medicine from pharmacy. But nowadays I have like zero pain, except when I'm having when I was having too much raw cheese, like this type of hard type of raw cheese like Parmesan or Reggiano and Comte. That's the video. Thanks for listening.